So Pastor Goines, I got 2 questions for you.
All right, 2 questions.
All right, 2 questions.
Speed round. Let's go.
All right. So number 1, what is a comma to you?
A comma is a break in a sentence.
Yeah.
It's the same sentence, but it's a pause in the sentence.
Okay.
Commas set off lists. So it can be multiple things in the same sentence. So my comma is basically indicative of things that are to come. Yeah. It's a regular sentence, but the same sentence though, that the subject doesn't change. It's simply separated by certain parts.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's more that is to come.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And without the comma, it's all confusing, right?
Yeah.
It's all run. It's a run.
It's a run-on sentence.
But the comma actually is indicative of order.
Yeah.
So you need commas to separate all the things. But most people miss all that. They have all these great ideas, but they're all run on in their mind. They're going crazy, right?
Yeah.
See the comma to calm you down as you continue your sentence called life.
I love that.
Yeah. The comma,
I love that, man.
The comma is necessary.
That's so true. My second question though, if there's somebody that's having a run-on sentence that has all these ideas, and let's say they've been doing one thing, okay, but they're saying, yo, I'm trying to pivot to another thing. I wanna, I feel like I'm more than just this one thing, and I want to step into doing more in this particular area, or I want to try this, or I want to try this. What would you tell them? How would you encourage them? Or what would you say to them to make them pivot into this new space?
Hear me very carefully. Don't let the grave get it. Who gonna get it? Life or the grave? Don't let the grave get it.
Don't let the grave get it.
A preacher said one time, Grace John, she said this, she says, the grave gets nothing. I'm in a season of my life, I ain't giving the grave nothing. I'm greedy. The grave ain't getting nothing God gave me.
Yes, sir.
The grave don't get it.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Don't let the grave get it.
Don't let the grave get it.
it.
And I've been telling my Commons community is that our goal is to go to the grave empty.
Come through. Yes.
We go to the grave empty.
Yes.
When Jesus on that cross, he says, it is finished. The assignment is done. Meaning I did what I set to come onto this earth to do. He didn't say I'm finished. He didn't say I'm done. He says it is. The assignment is complete. So our job is to fulfill the assignment on earth. And a lot of times, like when we are afraid to pivot, and I think within the African American culture and community, one of our greatest challenges is that we are afraid to be bad at something temporarily.
Come through, Jesus.
That's what hinders us from trying
Temporarily.
anything. Temporarily, because anything you start new, you're gonna be bad at it temporarily, or you're not gonna be as good as it at it. I may shoot a basketball and I may make a lot of threes, but if I keep shooting, I'm going to get better. It is with the idea in mind. So a lot of times, like we allow that to hinder us from trying anything new because we're like, yo, like I don't want to be bad, especially if we've been good at something somewhere else.
Yo, man, yeah, and I think that's it. We tend to get comfortable in our present giftedness. We don't give ourselves a chance to be gifted in other areas.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine, bro, what my life would be like if I only tried one thing, man.
Wow.
I can't even imagine where would I be today if I stay. Check this out, man. I think when people get on a certain trajectory, like you say, they hear from God. God said do this.
Yeah.
They think that what God said then is the only thing God said.
Yeah.
Abraham, God told him clearly, go sacrifice Isaac at the bottom of the mountain. He ascended to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And then God said, don't touch Isaac, right?
Yeah.
He heard God clearly at the bottom and at the top. But depending on where you are in life, it can be 2 different instructions. See, what God told you at the bottom of the mountain may be totally different from the top.
It's totally different.
And so but we got to keep listening.
Yeah.
And I think God being this creative God, this God of callings, this God of gifts, I believe God is too big to only give me one call.
Yeah.
So that's just me. I think you miss God if you stop listening and you put that period too early.
Yeah.
Do we even get to place a period?
No.
I mean, do we have the right to stop? If we didn't call ourselves to it, how can we call ourselves away from it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I think comma is a brilliant thing because it's like keep your ears open.
Yes, sir.
Keep your eyes open. If there's probably a next comma.
Yeah, it's definitely a next.
Yeah.
And I also think that gives us hope. And I think that, when we just, recorded the podcast, we were talking about, being in some dark spaces.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, man, like when we've been into dark spaces, it's a robber of hope and we lose hope. because we put a period where literally God wanted to put a comma. You know, we put a period there. This is the end. This is it. This is all life is going to be. And God is saying, no, it's a comma, because J.J. Harrison, he says there's glory after this. You know, because there is more after this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we stop and we tell ourselves like, oh man, this is it. And it's like, no, God is saying, no, like this is a part of it, but this ain't it. And there's a comma. So even for me, the reason why commas is so near and dear to my heart is not just because I'm more than just one thing, but it is also where God has had to pause me to get me to the next thing. And sometimes we take residence in that pause and we like, oh man, this pause too long, so we put a period there. It's like, no, God's saying, no, you're going to begin again. And so it starts up again. So,
and, you know, and sometimes that those commas introduce conjunctions.
Yes, sir.
It can be a but and a and.
Yes,
introduced
sir.
by a comma. And so you can actually reverse some things with a comma.
Yes, sir.
In fact, if you're going down a certain path, your comma can be followed by a but, and it can and everything in front of that comma can now be even nullified, but it's the same sentence. And so I love the concept what you did with commas, man, because again, there could be so many different parts to the same sentence.
Yeah.
If I only get one sentence, man, I'm gonna try to get as many commas as I can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love a life of commas. That's what I'm living for. A life of commas.
That's it. A life of commas.
A life of commas.
Y'all heard it here, man. Pastor Goines. Man, crazy. All right. We love y'all. We'll see you later next time.